Good afternoon. Once again, book lovers of the internet, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am Book Nerd 802, and in this video, I am going to be reviewing this non-fiction book by Eve Ensler called The Vagina Monologues. Now, this one consists of 190 pages, although a lot of it consists of reviews of V-Day and additional information which has nothing to do with the performance itself. I rated it a 3 out of 5 stars, and I find it to be hilarious how just a few minutes ago I was speaking about Geronimo Stilton, and now I am writing about, or speaking about rather, well, I was writing the review on Goodreads, but now I am speaking about vaginas and woman empowerment. I hadn't read non-fiction in a while and needed a change of pace, which this certainly granted, I suppose. I haven't read a book quite like this one in a very, very long time, and I suppose for the time that it was written, it can be considered rather thought provoking, and the message is definitely loud and clear. Now, I am all for feminist literature, don't get me wrong in any way, and I am also coincidentally 6 feet tall. So, yeah, this was recommended to me by my gender and power lecturer all the way back during my undergrad years at university. And pretty sure that back when this was published in 2001, the word vagina was more of a taboo topic as far as its usage went than it is today. I feel as though today using the word vagina is very normalized, especially when it comes to conversation about feminism or lesbianism, or even topics pertaining to transgender people, gender identity, several disorders as well. It's much more normalized than it used to be approximately 25 years ago. Of course, and it would be crazy to think otherwise, I am against all forms of violence, but other than that message, this came across as pretty much a read for gooners, honestly. The new gen would definitely understand what I'm trying to say by using the word gooners over here. Sure, the vagina can be regarded a sacred place, and sure, many women have been assaulted and treated horribly, but at the same time, thinking of your own genitalia as its own entity is strange as hell, and it's certainly not something that woman alone can do, and certainly does not have to do with private parts alone, but rather comes across as a fetishist ideology invented by Ensler, who took advantage out of her own weirdness and created a movement supporting women as well as empowering them out of personifying the vagina, when really any other body part could have been personified and used creatively. She just took advantage of how much of a taboo topic it was at the time. I am certain that nowadays this book has lost much of its relevance in countries which are not considered third world, and I'm glad to be able to say so because we have progressed a lot as a society. I feel as though many people have emancipated, a lot of progress in terms of the way people think about others nowadays and respect other people. There are several countries which are still many, many decades behind. But yeah, I suppose there is a lot of change going on. And in a certain ways, I feel as though books like this one had an impact on how feminism um, made the world a better place for women. So, in finding this book to be so ridiculous, I suppose that it also reflects upon me as being an individual with an open mind who too can be perceived as goofy, much like Eve Ensler. Although she was completely serious at the time when she wrote the book, she didn't want to come across as a comedian, I suppose, but she did want to make it memorable as well. This book, in fact, is described as funny, right? It's meant to be. Poignant and hilarious. It's not meant to be entirely serious, but it does deal with very, very serious topics, and I will bring them up in just a couple of seconds. So I can see how this would have been an empowering read for women as a whole, as well as for them to realize their worth as individuals. And it's horrible how people around the world still have their genitals mutilated at a young age for religious reasons, both men and women, even though this book mostly deals with what women go through, because of course, it's called the Vagina Monologues. So, yeah, simply because of ignorance and the lack of formal education, these things still happen, even nowadays. So, this book is also meant to make the readers uncomfortable, just to make it even more memorable. Personally, I am very accustomed to this sort of thing, so um, one can say I'm an expert on vaginas, so there isn't anything unsettling or uncomfortable for me to deal with. Um, but yeah, there are many, many topics. Um, which are brought up that might make others feel uncomfortable. For instance, periods or menstruation, pregnancy, orgasms, domestic violence, rape and abuse, lesbianism and incest, as well as pedophilia, all very, very serious topics, which unfortunately many women and men as well, come to think of it, not to make this about men, but it's not just the women who go through these things all over the world, and many people still do in this day and age, the great 2025. So it gave a voice to the vagina as well as the woman, and in most cases they are regarded as separate entities, although in reality it is the vagina that makes the woman. One could argue. I mean, don't come after me with all your trans propaganda because I simply don't care for it. Call me J.K. Rowling the way I just don't give a single fuck about that sort of thing. Definitely was not an issue back in the day, so it shouldn't be now. I don't know why people are bringing it up so much and making a whole political argument about it. I don't care about political correctness, it is simply mental disease. And that is not the point this book is trying to make anyway. So, yeah, an enjoyable read and unsettling at times, although rather outdated nowadays, since in most countries, equal rights have been achieved, and only in countries which are Muslim or the majority of the people follow the Muslim religion. Where the countries where the religion of Islam is practiced, they are still very antiquated. I mean, anyone can agree on that count. Many antiquated mentalities that women are not worth as much as men, and violence upon women and objectification of them are normalized because it simply forms part of the religion, which honestly spews a lot of hatred, and this can be said of literally any religion, considering how religion should be used to spread peace. It creates a lot of hatred as well. Um, so yeah, the play has helped a lot of people, although nowadays I would consider it to be rather ridiculous if it's any similar to how it reads. Honestly, the play itself not so fascinating. I mean, there are some creative thoughts. For instance, what does a vagina smell like, or what would it wear, that sort of thing. Then it delves into more profound topics and gives a bit of a historical background with regard to how taboo of a topic vaginas can be. Um, but yeah, for the most part, it is basically reviews about V-Day and how it has helped so many individuals. Rather than the play itself, I would say that the play is rather simple. Um, but yeah, in a way, also very thought provoking. Thank you to my gender and power lecturer for introducing me to this book, I suppose. I do not think I will give Eve Ensler another go. She does write thought provokingly, but overall, found this to be rather boring in a way as well. So yeah, that is all I had to say about the Vagina Monologues by Eve Ensler. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, comment, share, subscribe. Take a look at the rest of my content because why not? It's absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, hopefully very soon. Bye, guys.